Hey moms, welcome to the Gather Moms podcast. My name is Kate.
And I'm Rebecca. We've created this space just for you because we're both moms and we get you.
Yes, we believe there truly ain't no hood like the motherhood, and we need to be in this together. We also believe we can't mom well without Jesus, so you're going to hear us talk about him too.
Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Gather Moms and make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss a single episode.
All right, mamas, let's jump in.
Hey moms! Welcome to episode 26 of the Gather Moms podcast. This season we are talking about our homes.
That's right. Season 3, all about the home.
And so it was so funny because my mom the other day was like, ooh, what are y'all going to talk about first? And I was like, what do you mean? She said, which room? It's like every week it's a surprise. I didn't realize it was going to be a surprise.
I gotta love Mama Judy. She's
so
good.
I was like, Mom, I hope you're not disappointed because we got to start at the front of the house.
Yeah, no, I think that's fun, though. I think it's fun to think about, where are we going to go to next?
Maybe we should get sporadic so that they don't try to figure us out, like which room we're going to next.
Right, yeah, go in some kind of an order.
So this week, we are starting with the front door.
Dun, dun, dun.
Everybody's got one?
I hope so.
Oh, that's kind of, yeah, of course they do. That's how they build houses today.
Yeah.
Okay, but in our neighborhood, they're building some new houses, and they have these new fancy front doors.
Yeah.
They're so pretty.
No, it's interesting. I mean, front door, the trends have definitely changed in the last couple of years. I feel like it's very different, much more modern.
Well, and to me, it's like I can't just change my front door. Like, you can't just go to Home Goods and be like, ooh, I'll take a new front door.
For sure. It's a whole thing.
Kind of a whole thing.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about how we can take our front doors.
Yeah.
Freshen them up a little bit. We're going to talk about why we have front doors.
Yes.
Which I did a little bit of research on Google. Y'all, people just have doors. Okay, there ain't nothing special about it.
I tried to research too. And then I started looking at all these door trends. And honestly, it made me start feeling like, oh, my front door. And I was like, no, eject. I'm very happy with my door. I don't want to do this.
Listen, be glad it's not a piece of fabric, okay? It's an actual wood thing that keeps the cold out, and it
serves
fabulous.
its function. Yeah.
So, what is the purpose of the front door? Well, it's the main entrance to your house. I thought this was interesting. It says it's usually facing the street, and that's true, right?
Yeah.
It's usually facing the street.
Yeah.
I wonder if you came across a house with a front door that wasn't facing the street, if you'd be like, that's odd. It's not facing the street.
I think some people in our neighborhood have their garage faces the street, so their entrance to their home is a little.
Oh, it is a little off-centered.
Yeah, but I think for the most part, for the by and large, 99.9%.
There's got to be some architectural meaning behind that, right? Like it's more pleasing to the eye.
I mean, without a doubt. Can you imagine looking at a house with just picture a house with no front door?
It kind of makes me feel uncomfortable.
Right?
Are we in a sci-fi movie?
Very uncomfortable.
What's happening?
Yes. Because the front door is what signals to you, this is a home.
Yes.
You can go in here.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe.
I mean, you can go in mine because I don't lock my front door, but you can't be going in Henderson's.
You cannot tell the people that on the podcast.
Listen, y'all, if you want to come take something out of my house, it might actually help me because I'm not going to know it's gone.
The big clean out. Just give people your address.
Yes, just come in during the day, grab something, and go home, and I will never know. I love
it. That's
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to do a little question answer about front doors. So I'm going to ask you some questions about yours. Okay. Paint or stain?
Mine is stained.
Ooh, and you just restained it.
In the pandy, I restained it.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know what? It was surprisingly easy. I was so happy to find how easy it was. Because you just sand it and clean it, and then you just use the stain, and then you polyurethane it.
I'm going to pay somebody to do that. I ain't doing that.
Honestly, dog, it is not something worth paying. It was the easiest thing. Watch a YouTube video. You can do it.
Okay. Do you think one's better than the other, like stain or paint?
I don't know.
Paint's kind of fun because you can do colors and stuff.
I think paint is fun for sure, but I like the color of my door.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to just keep it how it is.
Okay.
But that new trend with a black door,
Black door.
Yeah.
Is it
cool.
Horizontal windows?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Listen, I'm in love.
Yeah. Paint the house white.
Oh my gosh. Why are you speaking my language right now? I love it. I love everything about it.
I'm speaking the language of America. That's what everyone is doing.
Oh, we're just fitting in with the trends. Okay, wreath or no wreath?
I usually have a wreath. Yes.
Is it a standard or is it interchangeable for the season?
I only have a few different wreaths. So I have one with like big white flowers, and then I have a little Easter bunny guy that I found.
Oh, he's about to come out.
He's about to come out. He's cute. So, but my one with the white, I've had that for like seriously 5 years. So it's kind of like on its last leg. So I bought this cute magnolia wreath at Hobby Lobby, and I was like, dang, I got to steal on this because seriously, they have those wreaths on like Pottery Barn and stuff for like $250.
Preach.
So I got it on sale at Hobby Lobby. I felt so good about it, but it's just the leaves. Like there aren't any flowers in it. So I've got to like fill it in with the flowers. So I looked at the Pottery Barn one and I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. But the Pottery Barn one, it has buds, magnolia buds. Not
magnolia buds.
Not like the open magnolia flower.
Okay.
So now I've been searching the internet.
For buds?
For buds. And do you know how hard it is to find a magnolia bud?
Well, I don't even know what one looks like, so no, I don't know.
I'll have to show you.
But why do you want a bud on your wreath? Like you can't, that's not fun.
I don't know, dog. I was
It's
just
a
trying
bud.
to recreate the look for like a fraction of the price.
Listen, this is what you're good at. You find the expensive option and then you go find the cheaper one that we can all afford.
That is certainly true.
So I am all for that.
I see the couch I like at Pottery Barn and
Yes,
I
you
find
do.
it at Rooms to Go.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You do that with shoes too. You find like shoes you really like and then you go find, you're good at that.
Thank you.
No, not me.
I do. I have expensive taste, but not an expensive budget to back it up. So, you know.
Okay, well, when you find the magnolia buds, we're going to need a picture on social.
No,
okay?
it's a new project. And now that I've said it out here, I feel like I really got to follow through.
Oh, you got to follow through.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome mat. Is it for form or function?
Okay, so I've had so many mats over the years, and I got tired of replacing them. So
Yes.
I finally got one of those like rubber mats that looks
Yes.
like it might be iron. So
Yes.
it actually works.
Because it doesn't wear out.
It doesn't wear out.
Okay.
It looks fine. It's black, and it does the job. And you're not having to replace those straw mats or whatever every 5 years.
See, I
2
kind of like
years, 1 year.
replacing. I think it's fun to get new ones.
I totally agree. Mats are super cute, and but it was something that at some point I was just like, you know what?
All right.
I'm just done with this.
All right. So you got the rubber, last forever, never gonna die, welcome mat.
Yep.
Okay, regular doorbell or ring?
Okay, so this is a funny question for me because we live on this end of the street with 30 kids on our street, and so when we first moved here, I mean, that doorbell was ting-tinging all the time.
Ting-ting-a-ling.
And it would drive me nuts. And our alarm system had the thing where like the door, every time you opened the door, it would go.
Yes,
bing,
we
bing.
turned that thing off so fast.
Okay.
I mean, I thought it was cool because I was like, oh, I'll know if my kid goes out in the garage.
Uh-huh.
Then I was like, no, I can't stand this.
No, I don't care.
No.
They can go in the garage. Yeah, right.
Stay there for a while.
So we turned that off. And then then I was pregnant with Caroline. And then when she came along, I somehow came across on Amazon a doorbell cover. So on my doorbell,
You were the first one to do this. I remember.
there's a little cover, and you can order on Amazon, and they have all these little stickers you can put on it, like baby sleeping or whatever. Because 5 years ago, Amazon was still ringing your doorbell.
Yes, they were.
And
That's so funny. They don't do that no more.
they don't. They don't ring the doorbell anymore.
They were like throwing it from the street.
yes.
Trying to like get a touchdown on your front porch.
Yes.
And then they out.
And although I have mixed feelings about this, we have this Amazon key thing. So they actually put it in our garage.
See.
No, I know. Talk to the husband about it.
Listen, I don't lock my door, but you have like codes for people to come in your house. That's just,
I know, but we know when they come and go, and there's cameras and stuff. But yeah,
Still.
I do. I think it's weird. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and I didn't get on the ring bandwagon until all you other people did. I had y'all try it out first before I was like, okay.
So the ring, crazy about the ring. I don't know how we lived before it. Because now, all these little kids, pesky neighbor kids come to the door. I mean, I love them. My bad. I'm crazy about them. But they come to the door, and like if the kids are in timeout or they can't play or I'm making them take some rest time, I can just talk to them over. I don't have to look at them. And it's so cute to watch them. And I'm like, hey, Carson. And
It's like a voice coming out of the air.
And you see her look at the ring, and I'm like, hey, Caroline can't play. And she's like, okay, thank you. And I'm like, you know what? That made my day, that experience right there.
I'm just happy for the rest of the day. I got to talk to a little friend on the porch.
Yes, because otherwise, when I open the door and talk to them, they want to talk to me for 5 minutes. And they just stand there looking at me blankly like, I don't understand why they're not coming to the door. And when I'm on the ring, I can just be like, bye, and hang up, and then I'm done. No more weird interactions with them.
See, I think you and I are different because I just don't go to the door, ever. I don't talk to you through the ring. I don't go to the door. I hide so that you don't know I'm home. That's what I do.
These kids, if we don't answer the door, they will just sit on the front porch and wait. And they'll just say, like, we'll see them looking through our front window, waiting for the kids to come out and play.
People are stalking you. The
Yeah,
neighborhood
man.
kids are stalking the Henderson house.
Okay, so what about for you? Don't you have, isn't there some story with your front door or a front door from a house?
Yes, it's kind of random though. My parents, their front door faces the sun.
Uh-huh.
They had a glass front door, like a wood with a glass inset.
Uh-huh.
And it would make their house so hot because the sun would come through that window. So
Yeah.
one day they were like, "Can we trade front doors?" So we took the glass inset and they took the solid, whatever you call that material. I don't know what it is.
Woodish.
Woodish. I don't even think mine's wood. Like the one they have isn't. It's, I don't know.
It's wood adjacent.
Okay. Ooh, adjacent. That's a fancy word. So now we have this, which is a really nice
It
front
is a really
door
nice
with
door.
like a Texas star in the middle
Yeah.
and glass. It's
Yeah.
real pretty. But like the point of us getting it was really just to help my
Help your
parents.
out.
Yeah.
Do you like having the glass?
I always did because I feel like we've always had a door with glass in it since we, had our first house. We've always had that kind of a door because I like to look and see who's there.
Yeah.
And I really am not offended if they see me and I don't come to the door. I'm like, it's
Okay.
all right if you know I'm here and I'm not coming. Like, it doesn't hurt my feelings. So I'm pretty okay with it.
See, that's why that works for you because I would not do well with a glass door.
I don't got to please those people, okay? I don't want to come to the door. I'm so sorry. Just can't do it.
Because if you're standing at your front door, you could see you all the way sitting on your couch in the living room.
Yes.
Somebody could be
like
at
a
your door
straight
and
shot.
you could give them a side eye like, I see you, I'm not coming.
Listen, I remember like if I was taking a nap on the couch and the front door would like knock or something, I would like not move because I didn't want to sit up and them see that I was like on the couch somewhere. Yes, no,
my
we
gosh,
do.
that's funny. And so, do you like your ring now that you
So we have
it?
a ring, which when Greg got it, I was like, this is ridiculous. We don't need it. A doorbell's fine. And now I love it. Because when my kids come home after school, I can see them like coming in the house.
Right.
When I go out to water the plants at night, Greg talks to me from the bedroom because he like gets the little app or whatever.
Jeremy will
He's
do
like,
that too. He'll be like, I'll be out in the front. And he'll be like, hey, hot stuff. And I'm like, all right.
What's happening? I just need to water a plant. Calm down, okay? But it's kind of like it's obsessive because when you have the app and you're like at work or you're out shopping and the little notification goes off and then you stop and you like open it and then you watch the 15-second video. I don't know. It's a little bit like, what? Do I really need to be this obsessed about my front door?
No, and I feel like you've got to get to a happy place with it because now my husband's gotten out of control. So now we have the Amazon Key, which you use. It's a keypad for the door, which is also
for
linked
the delivery guys
to the app. Yes,
to come inside your house.
Yes, which is also linked to the garage door. So our garage door we can open with an app. Our front door we can open with an app. So I can say, remember, old girl. I'm not gonna say her name.
Okay.
But
Old
I
girl.
can say, old girl, unlock the front door, and she will.
Can you hear it go ching?
Yeah. Or
Oh
she'll
my
say,
goodness.
unlocking. And then, it does it or whatever. So, and I have her set. So every night at 9 p.m., she locks the front door automatically, whether we've locked it or not.
I mean, does anybody else feel like we're living like on another planet? Like technology is basically running our lives. If the government really wants to take over, I mean, they've just got to take over Alexa and they've got pretty much the entire population.
I mean, 100%. No, we're setting ourselves up to be trapped here in just a minute.
Mamas, if somebody wants to put a chip in your wrist, say no, okay? Don't believe them. Say no. Okay, so let's talk about, because I think the front door brings a little anxiety to my life.
100%.
Like when you hear it, obviously I'm not coming.
Yeah.
So that we've established that I'm not coming.
Yeah.
But when I hear it ring or knock, like my first thought is, do I have a bra on?
Oh,
Do you think that?
Yes. Do I have a bra on? How greasy is my hair?
Oh, I don't think about my hair.
Because you don't get greasy hair. I do.
I might.
No.
I just feel like I'm in my house dress.
Yeah.
Because I love my house dress and my robe. But I ain't wearing a bra all the time.
Right.
And then you're like, okay, is this shirt thick enough that I could still answer the door without the person
knowing? Do you ever
knowing?
cross your arms?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Just kind of prop them up in there in the folded arms.
So funny. We have all these like little tips and tricks to like
Yeah.
cover our chests
Yeah.
so that people don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, what do they care? Do people in our society really care? There are people walking around half naked right now. Why do they care that I don't have a bra
I don't
on?
know. I'm sure we care way more about them seeing the shape of our business.
Speaking of which, when you have children, specifically boys that are becoming teenagers, is there a point at which you have to start wearing a bra around your house?
I don't know.
I feel like I'm close.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm real close.
No, I'm kind of dealing with that too because Caleb's now 13 and I mean, it used to be he would come and talk to me when I was in the shower and stuff. And now he was the one that initiated. Like he came in the other day and I was taking a shower and he was like, oh.
You weren't like, excuse me, I need some privacy.
I'm used to them coming and going, you know, so I don't think about it that much. But then I noticed for him, it's now, so I'm like, okay, well then I need to be making better choices, you know. You know. Yeah.
Mine is when they want to hug you before they go to bed.
Uh-huh.
And it's like a frontal hug, but I don't have a bra on. And like, I'll like, I don't know, like I'll try and a side hug it, you know? I don't know. Like, I don't know what they know.
That's so interesting. Yes.
I'm there.
That was a whole tangent.
Okay, but the second thing is, like, do you really want someone to come in your house? Like,
generally no.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, if you're my friend, just walk in. Like, let's not even ring, right? Let's just come on in the house and we'll just sit on the couch without our bras on and be fine.
Or I feel like I have most of my conversations on the front porch. If somebody's dropping something by or whatever, I just stand out there and talk to them.
Well, in the time of COVID,
that's true. Right.
We are totally like social distancing all the front porches.
Yeah. It's hard to think about a year ago. What would I have done a year ago? Because now I just stand on the front porch and talk to whoever.
Yeah. No, I remember a year ago, like after we'd pick up kids from school, I had friends that would stop by and just come in. Like just come in.
Yeah.
I don't need you to ring.
Right.
But now it's so different.
It is different. Yeah. That's weird to think about. Yeah. So one of the weird things about our front door is I noticed that I had to start teaching my kids like front door etiquette, you know?
Yes. Yes.
And when they're like littles, when they're 2 or 3 and they start running to open the door, you have to teach them. You don't go just open the door.
No, ma'am.
You have to have an adult.
We're so scared someone's going to snatch our kid right outside the front door.
Yes. But then when they get bigger, you know, then you have to teach them like how you talk to people at the door. Because my husband and I remember so distinctly, we were eating dinner and my son got up to go answer the door and like a little kid had come to the door. And the kid said, hey, can you play? And he said no. And he just shut the door in their face.
He answered the question.
I mean, yeah, but, you know, and you're like, okay, so let's teach you about this because that's rude. So we, like, role-played with him.
You did it for real? Like, you went and, like, stood outside and knocked on the door?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and taught him how to, like, you know, say, well, maybe we can play later. Okay, bye. Wait till the person says bye before you close the door in their face,
yes.
You know?
Okay, so my kid's problem is they answer the door, they leave it wide open. Then they come find me to tell me who's at the door. In the meantime, the stranger really could have come in my house. And
okay, but that's why you guys need to role play this, Rebecca. Listen, that would solve
sounds like
all
a lot
problems.
of work.
No, because if you role played it with them one time of what you want them to do, then they would know.
Listen, I need to role play the ring now. Like we don't even have to answer the door. Just go to the Echo and like look at the ring and
teach
see
them
what's
how
happening.
to use that. There you go. But I'm saying 5 minutes of practicing something with them saves a world of trouble, I think.
Acting was never my strong suit, so I prefer not to do it.
Shut up, that is not true.
Home.
You are a liar.
I am not. I was never the theater kid. I can't do it. I can only be me. I just can only be me. I can't be anybody else.
Okay.
I can't do it.
I think you're a great actress. I've seen you do multiple things.
Listen, I don't know, maybe in heaven. I can't do it. Okay, let's talk about some refresh ideas because I do think spring is coming and we might want to refresh our front doors.
I think we think about front door and refresh in the spring. I think that's very valid.
Yeah. That's true. We kind of think about the outside of our house in Christmas time with lights and stuff. And then it's like, ooh, what am I going to do with my door?
I think so.
Okay, there's this new trend right now that I love.
Uh-huh.
I went to a friend's house the other day to pick something up and they have buffalo check.
Uh-huh.
It's like a rug,
right,
under the mat.
Under the mat, it's
like a double mat.
Double mat, baby.
And so I went on Pinterest. Y'all, it's
everywhere,
and they're so cute,
so cute.
So cute. I see the ones I like the most are the black and white.
I think so too.
The color, I don't know.
Yeah.
But the black and white is so nice.
I think so too.
But then, you know, I'm practical. I'm like, but that's going to get dirty. Yes. Do you wash it? Do you throw it away? Do you flip it over?
Well, so that's why Kate's got the standard rubber mat out there.
She gets her water hose. She just hoses it down.
Black and white buffalo check pillows on my bench out front.
Say that word again, please.
Buffalo check.
Say it.
Pillows.
You said pillows.
I do say pillows when I'm not paying attention. Dang it.
I heard it. You heard it here. Gather moms.
Hey, let me tell you something. Amazon has buffalo check pillows, and they are cheap. And
like outdoor ones?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Indoor, outdoor, whatever.
Okay.
You buy them.
Okay.
They're cheap. I think it's like 2 for $15.
Is it really?
Yeah. Put it on top of the pillow. When they get nasty, buy new ones.
Okay, but do you feel like buffalo check is overused? Like, don't you feel like it's everywhere? Are we all supposed to get on this train?
I don't know. I think it's clean and pretty.
I do think it's clean and pretty, but I feel like the other train is the Aztec train. Don't you feel like there's the Aztec train?
There is an Aztec train. Okay, did you see my posts?
No, what was your post?
So this thing sitting in my office right here, this that I'm pointing to.
Yes.
Okay, so I ordered for Caleb. You know, we've redone his big boy room.
Yes.
So I found this really cool wood art piece that looks kind of Aztec tribal. Like it's like wood with like some black panels and brown panels and everything. And I was like, dude, this is awesome. And I found it on sale. So it was going to be like $70 for this huge wood piece. So I was amped. So I come home yesterday and on my front porch is this triangle cardboard box.
That does not look like a wall hanging.
No, dog. It's a print.
It was like a poster? You ordered him a poster for $70? A $70 poster?
For sure, that's what I did.
Did you get it from Amazon? You taking that back to Kohl's?
No, it was called Society 6, and I am doing a refund. But like, sure enough, I went back and it says print. But who in the world? But it's like faux wood print.
Listen, for them to take a photograph that actually made you believe that it was a real 3D item. That's some good work right there, people.
I'm saying to you,
way to produce.
It was very irritating.
That's hilarious.
So then I went and looked on Etsy because I was like, oh, I found a deal on these because I've seen them before. It's like $350 for.
Sorry.
Yeah, not doing that.
Caleb, we have other things to pay for in your life, and it's not going to be the wall hanging.
No, so back to the drawing board on that one.
Okay, well, I'm on board. I like the buffalo check. I feel like it's everywhere.
Just don't go crazy with it.
Before I jump in, I just want to make sure I'm really committed to this.
No, just do a little dabble, do you? What about wreaths? Where do you feel like wreaths are going?
So because I have the glass front door, like when I put the wreath on, it really does cover the door. But I am a practical. Like I kind of need the one and done.
Yeah.
What can I just interchange slightly to make this work for all seasons?
Yeah.
Because I have driven past those garages where when like somebody pulls their garage up, you see like 12 wreaths hanging on their garage door.
Yes.
You're like, oh my gosh, they have so many wreaths at their house.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure one of you is listening right now. We applaud you.
No, it's very
Great
impressive.
job.
Yes.
Great job.
My grandmother was that way. And she had like laundry bag, like the clear, when you go to the dry cleaner. And you get the plastic. They would hang over those wreaths that hung in her basement.
She reused the dry cleaner plastic.
She was serious business.
That's so smart, though, because then it doesn't get dusty.
Yeah, and fade and stuff. No, it's genius. But I'm with you. I need something that's like simple that can just like make it for several years without me having to pay much attention to it.
Just add the buds.
Yeah, and you do a good job of that because you have like that straw maybe or like it's...
Okay, listen, I threw it away this year. I did. I felt like it hit the end of its life. It was homemade. Things were falling off because I had like hot glued them and they weren't sticking anymore.
So what are you going to do now?
I have nothing right now. I don't know.
Okay, well, so it's time for your front door refresh.
I need a front door refresh. Okay, I definitely want the rug. I think that's so fun.
Okay.
I want to redo my planters because I feel like that's the thing is to have like cute plants.
Agree.
But then I have to remember to water them.
Yeah.
And I do need a wreath. So, okay, I'll go to Hobby Lobby.
Well, I'll be on the lookout for you too.
Listen, y'all send me pictures.
And I need magnolia buds for those listening.
Okay, there we go. We're going to need our listeners to text pictures of magnolia buds and green wreaths for Rebecca. That's your job.
Oh.
Get it done, people. Help us out.
So we wanted to, talk about the front door. And just honestly, for those that are listening, please do not ever walk away from an episode listening and be like, oh gosh, I've got to go do all these things. This is all very much with a grain of salt. If that's fun for you to update your door, okay, sure, great.
If not, just go in through your garage and you'll never see it.
Yes.
Fine.
No. And also, okay, just as an aside, when I was looking at front door trends, so many people don't have wreaths on their front door and they're going for like a simpler look.
Listen, that modern door, it's like it's so pretty. You don't want to cover it up.
So that may be the freedom moment you need, Mama, is just, I am going modern and I don't need a wreath and all this.
I applaud you.
Yes.
Yes, we want to be like you. Good job.
But so do you know that the Bible talks about the front door?
Look at that. Thank you, Jesus, for sharing with us about our front doors.
He does. And there's a beautiful scripture that, you may have heard at one point or another, and it's in Revelation 3:20, and it's in the letter to the church at Laodicea from Jesus. Oh, God,
you said that good.
Let's
that was
hope.
Great.
And so Jesus has has these messages for these churches. And so this is Revelation 3:20. And he says to this particular church, he says, "Here I am. I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and eat with that person and they with me."
Maybe it should say, "Here I am. I stand at the door and ring the door. Ring the ring. I ring the ring. If anyone sees my face on there, echo." And hits the button to unlock the door.
Yeah. I want to come in and have dinner with you.
Is that like, did I just make fun of the
I
Bible?
think
Is
that
that
was
bad?
really great. I like that a lot. That really modernized the whole thing.
Listen, I think Jesus
Kudos.
would like the ring. I think he'd be down with it.
Down with it, for sure.
Okay.
So there's so many cool things about this verse, and I wanted to point out a few kind of amazing things that we came across when we were studying. So first of all, when I have heard this I've heard this verse before, and I've always heard this as like a salvation.
Evangelistic.
Yes. So that this is for people accepting Christ for the first time as their Lord and Savior.
I've heard that too.
And it doesn't necessarily. It can be applied that way. It would not be extra biblical to say that this would be true, because that is true of other places in Scripture where Jesus says, invite me to come in.
Correct.
So that can apply. But here primarily, this is Jesus talking to believers that have already given him reign in their heart.
Yes.
So it's not necessarily about salvation. This is about a relationship.
Oh, that's good.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, because they are already Christians. And so this church that he's writing to in this passage is so interesting because it was very wealthy. They actually, at one point, the history says that their church had burned down and a very wealthy family rebuilt them from scratch. And so everything there is new and beautiful and updated. Yes. Not only that, this area has a very wealthy textile industry, and they are known as the medical center of the Roman Empire.
You said they got some doctors in their church.
Yes.
Yes, they do.
There's all these healing things that can be found there and everything. So these people are self-sufficient, they had plenty, and they were comfortable.
Oh, sounds like me.
I mean,
You about to say something?
it hits hard.
Okay, I'm feeling it.
So if you can picture them sitting inside their decked out, comfortable church where they feel like they have all they need, now picture Jesus standing on the outside knocking.
Totally different picture now.
Why is Jesus outside his church?
Yes.
Why
yes.
is Jesus ever on the outside knocking? They won't let him in. They won't swing wide the doors and surrender completely to him and let him in. They have forgotten their deep need for him.
I'm feeling it. Because we can get so comfortable in our homes that we forget about Jesus.
Yeah. And if you are a believer, just like us, you may have at one point given your life to him, but then at some point you closed the door and said, okay, I've got it from here.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
I've got it from here.
Or like, this is my space.
Yeah.
I'll take care of this.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm doing okay.
Right.
I have what I need in here.
That's right.
I'm doing fine. And so I'm just going to shut the door. And then you just picture, I can just picture Jesus right now standing outside of my front door knocking.
Yes.
And how heartbreaking that is for him to be on the outside. And I think the front door, gives God access to us. And he is standing at the door knocking. And, we talked about so many people that come knocking at our door. And he isn't the pesky neighbor kid that's going to eat all your food and make a bunch of noise. He isn't the salesman trying to get you to try a new pest control. He isn't a guest that you need to get dressed up and do your hair for. He isn't someone. So often when we hear the door knocking, we become cautious and wary.
Yes.
He is not someone that we need to be cautious or wary of, right?
No, that's so true. I don't have to put on something for him.
Right.
I don't have to make myself presentable.
Yeah.
I really can just open the door as I am.
That's right. He is the Savior, and he knows you and loves you just as you are. And he wants to come into your home just as it is.
What's he going to find? Come on.
Listen, but he already knows it's there.
I know, that's true.
Right?
That's so funny.
It's not like he has to pull back a cushion and go, oh, look what I found.
He actually might know more of what's there than even I do. I mean, he knows where to stand and sit and step, and yes.
That is a great point. He knows better than you what's in there. And he just wants to come in. He doesn't want you to clean it up or get it all ready for him. He just wants to be there with you. But he wants you to give him access. He is saying, I'm here standing at the door. Will you open the door? And we have to make a conscious decision to say, come on in. Welcome home. I want you to make your home here with me in this place.
And we don't want a home without Jesus.
No.
I don't. We've tried it on our own. It does not work.
It doesn't work.
We need him to be a part of it. So the idea that I would ever want to shut him out, I mean, I don't want to be that person.
Right. But I think we do that unconsciously, you know? But I think that picture of realizing that he is physically, think about him physically standing outside of your front door knocking. You know, are you going to ignore the knock? Are you going to ignore the ring notification? Or are you going to open the door and fling it open and say, come in here. I want you to make your home in my home.
That's right.
Know?
That's right.
Scripture talks about us making our home in him and him making our home in us. And that's in John 15 where it talks about abiding.
Abiding, yes.
You know, one of the definitions, abide in Greek is the word meno. And one of the definitions means to make your home in. And so, you know, Jesus calls us to abide in him and he in us.
Yes.
And so he wants to make his home in our homes and we make our homes in him, you know?
I think that's so good. I want him to make his home with me. I want him to come in and know where all the things are and help me. That's what we're going to do this season.
Yeah.
We're inviting Jesus into our homes to say, hey, help us make sure that what's inside my house is way more important than what's outside my house.
Yes. Okay, so I wanted to show you something I thought was cool in that scripture. So when it says that he wants to come in, he says, here I am, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and eat with that person and they with me. So I guess what I thought was interesting there is the first thing he is doing is not cleaning it up.
Oh, no, you're right.
He just wants to come in and be with us.
Fellowship, relationship.
Right?
Yes.
And I think about that has been my truth in my relationship with Jesus, that the more I spend time with him and just be with him, then things do get cleaned up. But it's because he helps me see it and then he empowers me to do it.
Yes.
But it doesn't get reversed around. Whereas either I'm cleaning it up before he comes in or I feel like, okay, I got to let him in and do some work. It's just letting him in and just being with his presence, enjoying him. And then out of that, this beautiful thing happens that we call in church world sanctification, where things do get cleaned up, but it's just because he's there.
Oh, I mean, it just reminds me what a gracious Heavenly Father we have. He cares so deeply for us that he wants a relationship more than he wants perfection.
Yeah.
And you're right. I do not have to get everything in order before I open that door for him. I would much rather him come in and hang out for a while and then us do it together.
Just be here with me. Just be here with me. I need you. I don't need anything from you. I just need to sit here with you in this place. You know?
Well, come on, let's open the front door.
Doesn't that sound better?
Yes.
It's not the mother-in-law who's coming in to judge every part of your house. It's not, a critical guest. It's someone that just, they're just... Once they come in, you will never want them to leave because they're the best guest you could ever have in your home, right?
That's right.
You look forward to seeing them every day. You're happy that they're there. And I thought about for my one thing, I can be very visual and practical. And so I thought about, I am going to be asking God to help me every time I open my front door, every time I push the garage door to open, that I say to the Lord, come in. Come in. I want you in this place.
That's good.
Physically, I want you to reside and make a home in my house. And spiritually, I want you to reside and make a home in my heart.
Yes.
That everywhere I am, there you are.
We've been parking in the driveway more in my house right now because my garage is full of stuff. So I use my front door all the time right now.
Yeah.
Like that's the main door I go in and out of my house in.
Yeah.
And I think that's such a cool way to think about it, that every time I walk through my front door, it's like I'm saying, come with me.
Yes.
Jesus, come on in. I'm taking you inside with me. I want you to help me. That's just a great thing that I think as moms, because, it's so hard sometimes to think about all the million things we have to do.
Yeah.
But I can do that. I can walk through my front door and say, come on, let's do this together.
Come with me. Don't stay outside.
Yes.
I desperately want you in here with me. It's so much better with you in here with me.
That's great. I love that.
I do too. I love it. I love the front door, and I love that we get to have Jesus come with us and that we can swing wide those front doors and say, you are welcome here, God. Hey, moms, thank you so much for joining us. We want to talk with you and hear from you about your own homes. As you're listening to this and, laughing along with us or thinking about how this relates to your homes, we're going to be asking you so many questions to participate with us in this conversation over on our Gather Moms social. So you can go to @GatherMoms on Facebook and Instagram to make sure that you connect with us.
Hey, we want you to follow us. We want you to be looking for, you got your marching orders. We need magnolia buds and a green wreath. So we're going to need you to go find those at Hobby Lobby or Home Goods and then give us a little shout out in your stories on social media.
Yeah.
But we also want you to know that we think that this season would be such a great time for you to invite somebody else to listen with you.
Yes.
So make sure as you're listening that you are telling your friends, your family, the mom next door to you, invite them to be a part of our Gather Moms community and join us on the Gather Moms podcast. Because we're going to shoot it real, but we're also going to add Jesus because we know, just like Kate said, we want him to be a part of this process. Come on in, Lord. You are welcome here.
That's right. We love you, moms. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.